Alright, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. We're gonna have to abandon this place tomorrow. The shit smell has reached this place once again, yet again. So I'm gonna tolerate it today, but I don't know. I feel like leaving already, but the shit smell has arrived. I kind of had a. I assumed it was gonna happen because yesterday in the city it was smelling really, really bad. So yeah. So right now the shit smell is a bit suppressed, but it's it's gonna be bad. So tomorrow we're gonna abandon this place because it seems like the shit smell is gonna get only worse again. You know, it is what it is. But yeah, it smells pretty. Yeah, might just have to tolerate it today because this place is like the only place we can do glutes. Yeah, the poo smell is just gonna have to be tolerated today. But it is. It's gonna be tomorrow. We definitely have to abandon the spot though. There's no way we can't not abandon the spot here. So tomorrow we're gonna have to abandon the spot and go to another place for shoulders. That's right. We have a pretty good idea on where to go. And what else is there to say? Yeah, today we got to do cracked aisles. I'm actually going to be editing. Well, we did Overwatch yesterday, so we're going to have to edit that. We also should probably play some Overwatch today as well because we can finally play ranked competitive. So I'm kind of curious on what kind of rank we'll land in. And I don't really care if we get bronze or something because then when we play ranked, we'll be rushing bronze. We're going to be playing competitive and we're also going to be streaming. And yeah, today's schedule is looking pretty good. Okay, so we've got legs, and then we've got Alpha Play Regime, and then we've got half of the food consumption, and then we've got Earth Logs to edit, only one, and then we've got the pull ups and dips, and then we've got second last meal, and then probably the Overwatch editing because that's something not Earth Log. And then after that, we should probably do some Overwatch, maybe some Overwatch, see how we do, and then we do some rank. No, no, and then we do some cracked aisles, and then after that, actually, sometimes I put the story in between before everything, so it's like 10. So that's really 10 things. Uh, cracked aisles isn't actually that long, so after cracked aisles, we might instantly start perhaps time stamping it and start getting the editing work done. Or we do more. Or we even do a research video today too. Ooh, and also probably I keep saying this, but every time when I do like story stuff, I never publish it. I really should. Publishing the story stuff is the exact same kind of idea as editing, right? You know? So I just gotta put the mindset into that. So instead of saying that I have to publish it, probably just say I'm editing the stories as well. Treat it like editing. Yeah. Except there's not really a structure to it. Let's see how it goes. So we've got basically the whole day scheduled today. We could also do hunting and fishing as well, just to add another layer to it. But I'll need to think of what to do because last week the tides were in our favor for the pier, but the tides this week is probably opposite. So therefore, in the mornings it's going to be outgoing. And yeah, the shit smells it's getting to me already. It doesn't even make sense though because like no, it does make sense. It just smells so bad. Well, we kind of bore it, but It's almost like the smell's getting worse as we arrive. Like you would think that it would be, perhaps it's just, smell's getting worse by the minute. The smell smells so bad. I mean, it is what it is, right? Days are gonna go to sleep early as well because if we're gonna change locations, we have to sleep early. Can't sleep late or it's too risky. No, the smell's actually gotten worse. It actually has gotten worse. I'm not even kidding. The smell's actually gotten worse. It was not this bad when we first arrived, but it's gotten worse. When did that fall off? Sorry, I'm trying to suppress the smell here. It's so bad, it's insane. What bird was known to early settlers as the Parison bird? What? Ah, sorry, don't know what's going on the TV. What was the name of the iconic game console introduced in 1985? Sony PlayStation. Fuck, I got it wrong. Whatever. It was the Nintendo Switch. What is the name of Kyle's younger sister? Who? Never heard that name before. Who? I don't know what's going on. If AO means world, what is the cuckoo for planet? I don't even know. Oirangi. What? Whatever. What is it? Awa River. Yes, I got it right, finally. Oh, what am I doing? I don't know. The TV's got some quiz going on from the multi channel, or whatever you want to call it. I never really understood people who do trivia words. It's like, how the hell do you even research that? I don't even know. Like, how do you know that? It was mine. Oh, no, not really. But I just never. People who do trivia kind of questions, I just. Like, how do you even study? How do you even study for those? No clue. I think you just have to put yourself in like a brand new ecosystem. Probably watch the news a bunch, probably. Yeah. Anything mainstream, I guess. Again, I don't really know who does trivia and whatnot. It's like one moment they could talk about like a musician, like a music group, and then all of a sudden they're talking about some video game. It's like what? I don't even know. Yeah, so like I said, that's kind of the plan today, right? A lot of things, mainly because we're going to be trying to edit the Overwatch video a tiny bit better. Is there really anything else to say? Not really. Can't think of anything interesting besides just cool animations, but none of that's that good. But no, none of that's none of that is very interesting. Apparently, they say that my right arm is capable of a lot of stuff, and the left arm's to shield it. And then they gave me a Overwatch May banner. Doesn't matter if we're playing. Oh, wait, one minute. Oh, sorry, I was asleep like a couple seconds briefly. I think it's because when I try to contain the stinky smell, I end up just losing control. It's like just charging there in yellow. So I was sleeping again. Smells still really bad. Anyways, yeah, so today's seems like pretty quiet again. Maybe I'll find some topics to talk about later on. But like what though? They can't really push beyond this point that we're holding. And I'm sleeping again. What am I talking about? Hmm, we stopped again. Here's some stats, I guess. It's pretty. It's a pretty average slow stats, mix between 5 and 3. Around 30 minutes, I think it's 30 minutes still on. No, not yet. And 2.17. So yeah, when we don't run, we don't reach 5 kilometers exact. But hey, we finished the water bottle. Now we just do our usual thing. It looks like Golden Hour is actually cleared up again. That's good. It smells actually worse. It looks like the leg machine is already done for us too. That's alright, yeah, I know the drills. I wonder if we should say anything today. Don't know. There's nothing really to talk about right now. The only thing that is struggling is just the really, the really like terrible smell. It's still in here and it's lingering. It's pretty disgusting. But what do you expect when the AC, when the air conditioning in this place, filters out? Or no, when the air filters in this place isn't strong enough to filter out all of it. We're on 4.5s by the way. Yeah, I think the problem is that there's nothing to talk about. There's oh shit. There's nothing really to say today. Matter of fact, we've been quiet recently, huh? For like the past month or so, our vlogs have been a lot more quieter. I think it's because there's really just no topics to talk about. We've covered so many topics, and I've talked about ecosystems a lot. But at this point, it's just like, you guys should know already. It's like, yeah, ecosystems exist. It is what it is, right? You know, no light without dark. So it's like really just, I think even in the novel I'm making, or even in the story I've written, it literally shows, it literally shows the framework. So I really should start publishing those stories I'm making because they do hold framework. Really should just do that. I really gotta learn, but I'm gonna have to use AI's help because I'm not very literature. It's like AI can be an editor for us and stuff like that, etc., etc. So, anyways, we're back at this thing, the goat. Well, not really the goat, but it's like the best glute machine that exists in the all out of all the other gyms. This is the best. I feel like the camera's a bit too close, but it's fine. Oh, I guess we drink water at the same time. It's just nothing to talk about. Nah, there really is no topics to talk about. Yeah, it's not hard, but it's like as the anomaly, it's pretty. There's no side to really take in any kind of conversation because you understand that there's two POVs. So there's not like any. We never really rant about anything, because there's no bad side, there's no good side. The only time we'd say that is during tribalism with aliens or animals. That's like the only thing I could think of. The only time we'd ever be tribalistic is against other animals. But yeah, we already conquered all the animals in the world anyways. But not in space yet. I think we're on what are we on? I think we're on like 4 5. Yeah. Yeah, and like lots of ecosystems too. So it just really depends. Now, one thing I do want to talk about is the current diet. So even though we're eating the macros properly, one thing I do notice is that early in the mornings and perhaps before bed, our stomach is actually digested it because our stomach growls now. So I guess that's something interesting. With the extra food, we've been we've jumped in kg, of course. Before we were like ranging 69, but now we're ranging 70 to 71. Even though I keep saying that, I feel like we're 71 and 72. We keep maintaining underneath 72, 71, but we'll see. Because again, it hasn't even been a week yet, I think, for the macros. But we've been following it. We've adapted. Before we were overshooting the fats like crazy because there were no lean meat and stuff. But ever since we added our emergency macro, it balances things out for a bit. But if there's even no meat, I think you eat around 2 to 3 cans of it in macro, and then the rice and spinach, and that's about all your food. And now it's just done. If you really wanted to save time, you would eat faster. If you really wanted to save time, all right, one more, and then we'll go towards Nordic hamstrings, something like that, and then check the weight once we finish the water. And yeah, that's about it. Is there anything else? I still have that framework AI video that I haven't actually done yet. I wrote in my reminders like maybe a month ago, but I never actually did it. It was like a chat with a certain AI and basically just talked about dopamine and all that stuff. But we're kind of busy today actually because we've got competitive Overwatch. Can't believe I'm saying that, but it is something, right? And then we've got cracked IOs, and then once we record a whole bunch of stuff, then yeah, the next day we'll have some good editing things to do. Cracked IOs take so long to edit. It's kind of crazy. But one thing I do know is that once we like record something, right, we lock in with the editing. Like I literally do not do anything else until I finish editing before I even start recording something new. That's what we usually do. It's like at least it gives us something to do, right? And it's all purposeful too, because we are making data. I mean, sure, we can always pay an editor to edit our videos one day, which we will. But right now, it's like the empire is not big enough for me to do that yet. But I want to grow naturally. Well, you know what I mean, right? Let the algorithm play its way while we wait for the algorithm to, or while we let the algorithm do whatever it wants, right? Because it is what it is. We will continue making assets. That's about it. I think there's one thing that you guys probably noticed. We haven't actually done stairs in maybe nearly a week already. I'm not exactly sure the reason. But we've just been walking or running. It's kind of interesting, huh? Ever since we ran for the shark at the pier, haven't really touched the stairs. We'll probably touch it tomorrow then. Yeah, we'll touch it tomorrow then. Again, I should really upgrade this tripod. This tripod's bullhead is slowly giving in. It's getting worse every time, but it's nothing really too major to worry about considering that it's not a big deal. In fact, it's not even a big deal at all because we only use this tripod for earth logs, and of course we can always use the silk. We can always use the silk tripod, but the only thing with the silk tripod is that, for example, during leg day we can't really make it lower. Well, we could, but this tripod's a lot more flexible. Plus, it's black and it really blends in quite well. Honestly, this tripod blends in like amazingly. Fits. Nothing really. There's nothing to say. We're gonna apply efficiency to this one. Right, finish the remaining water, and then yeah. There's no topics to say. There's nothing interesting. Nothing's happening in the world. Look, I know. Actually, matter of fact, a lot of things are happening in the world, but when you kind of just create your own ecosystem, it's kind of crazy how much like you could just ignore because like it is what it is, right? Perhaps it's because I'm incredibly desensitized. Desensitized? Desensitized? Yeah. That like what you call it, the matrix of the world has like desensitized me to the crazy because so many events happen, but then is it even real? Did it actually happen? What happened? So many things happen. So it's like, well, this happened, that happened, but it's like no one cares after like a couple of days or weeks. It all just blows by. Everyone's desensitized. Everyone's focusing on their own ecosystems at this point. Even Sensei, he's just in his own thing now. He's been in his own thing for a while. War, death, immigration. It's all just noise. Everything's just noise at this point. Matter of fact, there's like one thing I could talk about that was like definitely a huge noise. As I wasn't Iran and like Israel like in like a battle or something. Like what happened? I saw on X like a video of like hundreds of missiles raining down, right? But apparently nothing hit anything. And then like you see all these like it's just so much noise. I was like, what happened? How do I even know it's real? You see all these like clips, under 30-second clips of like protests happening around the world, a whole bunch of random stuff. It's like, well, what's real? And like I know AI is already so advanced that AI is so much more advanced than you really know, right? Because like I said, the elites already have access to a much advanced AI that we don't even know of. It's like the Truman Show, blah blah blah. It's like, well, what's real? I don't even know. And even if it is, it's not even in my ecosystem. It's just crazy. It's just ecosystems. Kind of just create your own law. That's what we're doing right now. Just create our own law and see what happens, right? It is what it is. Again, maybe I should really upload that or create that voice over AI talk with. I'm not sure if that chat's still alive, but it was definitely interesting. I'm just mum. It's kind of the same mindset as this, right? Sometimes Sensei is like, someone has to flip the burgers, right? And then you see all these like elites with like companies, right? Like, I don't know, some elites got like they own like a tech business, right? It's like, well, someone's got to sell tech, someone's got to do that. And then when we look at ourselves, right? It's like, well, someone's got to create content, right? Sure, we might not have that many people watching, but it's like, that's what I chose. Pretty fine with it, honestly. Hey, we can go check the way anyways, but yeah, it's just so many ecosystems, and there's no like right or wrong either, which is crazy. It's like there's no right or wrong thing to do. It's like, even saying, hey, you should take drugs. Yeah, it's not like I say, it's not like I can be like, well, no, you shouldn't take drugs because like, if you want to take drugs because we need people like you. Same as like, oh, I want to work at McDonald's. Okay, work there. Oh, I want to be a doctor. Okay, be a doctor, be an engineer. It's like there's no there's no right or wrong path. Every single thing is good. Even if you say like, hey, I want to be like a terrorist, or like I want to commit genocide, or I want to assassinate someone, or I want to, do some evil stuff, or like kill people, right? It's like, oh, well, yeah, we need that. I know, right? Surprising to say that, but yeah, we do need some terrorists. We need some murderers. We need a mix of both, Of course, it depends. Yeah, just depends on the context and everything. How's that even possible? Got a lighter. Must be the macro. Yeah, 70.3 here. But like I said, like I was saying, it's like there's no right or wrong. It's like, yeah, if that's what you want to do, then do that because the world needs, both. Like as crazy as it sounds, if someone's like, hey, I want to be a pedophile, it's like, okay, sure, do that. Then we need that. I know as crazy as it sounds, it's like, yo, yeah, we need that. Same as someone that says, I want to, arrest all the pedophiles. It's like, okay, yeah, do that too. You need a mix of both. There's literally no right or wrong. It's crazy because you need both sides mixed. Does that sound logical? I mean, of course, to a degree. If there's too much of one thing, yeah. I mean, it's like for example, if like there's like a cult of people that's like, there's like a cult of people that's like, hey, let's get rid of all the humans, right? It's like, well, yeah, we need that cult, but then now we're also going to need another cult that goes against that, and then there's a balance between the two. Now each have their own purpose, and it's like there's no right or wrong. It's just POVs, perspectives, both sides. There's no right. But then again, I guess to a degree, when it comes to ourselves and our ecosystem, we will become tribalistic with humans. So any threats against humans from animals you know, will exterminate all the animals, right? That's like the only kind of tribalistic thing that would be like, well, this is right, this is wrong, and that's just aliens and humans. But I mean, it's not aliens or humans; it's more like humans and animals, because, like I said, use the word animals because we already did that with Earth. You know, there's no point in using the word aliens. Just say animals because you know we already did that to all the animals here. So why not just do it to the ones in the outside space? It looks like Golden Hour is really good today. It's like literally just me and one person, and he's a regular, so we chill like that. I went 4 5s. Yeah, everything's kind of just chilling. Yeah, I mean, hmm what else is there to say? You see, before we talked about ecosystems a lot longer, but now when we talk about it, it's like, yeah, this and that done. But what else is there to say? You know? Oh, what else is there? The only thing we really can do is just create other fantasy words. Not gonna lie, now I think about it, our Arc series is kind of like our own kind of fantasy. What is it called? I learned the word in Japanese from anime. Ezekiel? Is that what it's called? Ezekiel? Technically, our Arc series are literally like an Ezekiel style story because we are put into like dinosaurs and stuff, right? Creators, own matrix, blah blah blah. Again, I always wonder what Sensei like does half the time. That's why, yeah, I always wonder stuff like that. It's like all these ecosystem of elites. What do they actually do besides? Because they're not working. Well, they are, but like they're funding different projects and stuff. When you reach a certain elite level, you kind of just fund projects. But then, what else do you do there? It's like, oh, okay. hmm Um, yeah, I don't know. What's crazy is that I think in our ecosystem, there's one thing I do know that's interesting in our ecosystem is like in my ecosystem, I don't know. I feel like, not feel like, but even from the stories I create, there's a sense of trust in the AIs and robots over humans. It's kind of like, okay, if an AI betrays you, like, and if an AI or robot betrays you, it's like, okay, it is what it is, right? But then when it comes like when the human does it, it's like a lot different. It's like, oh, okay, well, that's why I'm skeptical about, yeah, business requires networks and everything. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. But to a degree, there's like a sense of something in my mind, in my framework, whereas like I would rather have a AI robotic companion over a human companion because an AI companion is like it is what it is, right? Kind of like just the same kind of idea of like a meteor hitting you, kind of control. But then when it comes to like a human, it requires a lot more manipulation and karmic retribution to a degree. So that's why it's yeah. I think that's I'm not sure if I'm making sense right there, but that's kind of true to a degree. It's like a, a human companion requires it's not manipulation, but to a degree it is, and there's like karmic retribution and stuff like that, right? It's like it's a pretty interesting topic because technically, forming relationships with other humans, like business or intimate or anything, I wouldn't say it's manipulation, but it's like it's definitely something different compared to like just being a talking with like an AI or artificial intelligence because with an artificial intelligence you can like change personalities or change how you do things or talk, and it doesn't really care. But with like another human, it's like you're kind of stuck with that. I don't know. Okay, I'm not exactly sure what I'm saying here, but I think I'm making some kind of sense. It's like with an AI, it is what it is. With a human, it's like to a degree, it's somewhat your control, your choice. Maybe it's kind of like okay, with an AI, it's not 100% your fault. It is what it is. But then when it comes to another human, it's your fault 100% because you could have easily changed it to a degree. But then you understand what I'm kind of saying? I think I'm. I think maybe I think I understand what I'm saying. It's like you know accountability. But then when you that's the one thing I'm sometimes confused on. It's like okay, cool, everything's your fault, right? Except when it comes to AI, it's like okay, it's not exactly your fault, but it is your fault. But then if it is your fault, then you control it. But then if you control it, then you're like I don't know where the comic retribution lands in there then. Because if it is 100% your fault with like another human, then you can control everything. But then at the same time, it's like not sure what I'm saying anymore. It is what it is. I'm sure it makes sense somewhere. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how the Matrix or the Truman Show or whatever kind of thing we're in will do. I don't even know. Whatever. We're not making sense right now. Just kind of bumbling. I'm sure I'm making sense somewhere. I'm sure the framework is in there. It's okay. That's why these Earth logs editing Earth logs don't even take that long either. It doesn't take nowhere as long as like DJI footage or gaming footage. Actually, it really depends because in gaming footage, I technically don't have to edit it. Honestly, when it comes to gaming footage, I honestly don't have to edit it. Like fully to be fully out there, I don't really have to actually edit the like. Do I really need to make the arc highlights? Do I really want to make the correct arrows highlights? You know what I mean? Like, do I really need to? Now that I think about it, I don't know. I don't think I should anymore. Even for Overwatch, do I really have to edit it? Like, I know I edited it a tiny bit, right? But, but why? I edit the Earth logs, but when I think about it, right? If I'm constantly talking, then there's no point of editing the Earth logs. And then also, to a degree, it's kind of not real as well. Because with an edit, I can like cut things I don't like saying or I don't want to. It's like, how do I say it? You can manipulate a lot of things with editing. It's like, I think a really good example is our recent shark video, right? The shorts look like I hooked a fish and just got it up into water instantly within like 60 seconds of the short video, right? But then in reality, we literally spent like 30 minutes plus running back and forth to the van to get the gaff and running around and getting a rope, running to get gloves. So you can just it's crazy how much the difference is, right? But maybe I don't even need okay, you know what? Maybe I don't even need to edit the Overwatch video. Now that I think about it, I might not even have to. Maybe I don't even have to edit the Cracked Isles video too. I know I did make those like highlights, like Cracked Isles highlights, right? It reduces the long format into like episodes, I guess. Yeah, you know what? I think for no, never mind. I'm gonna keep the correct iOS highlights going because I actually, yeah, we'll keep the highlights going for the correct iOS. For Overwatch, not really sure. I'll just see how it goes. But I think a live stream is probably more efficient. Definitely in the future, we're not going to be editing much. I think it's better if we lean more towards priority is live streaming. Live streaming priority over. Hmm, maybe I should live stream some Overwatch. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. I don't really want to live stream on Twitch. I'm just gonna stay on YouTube because I need to stay loyal to YouTube over Twitch. Main reason is because YouTube has got all my data. Twitch is like, I don't think Twitch is, nah, don't really. I was on Twitch once, but don't really. Let me just stay on YouTube. YouTube's YouTube's got the most history. YouTube's actually got the most data of us as well. YouTube's got the most metadata we have. Like the YouTube literally has so much metadata, it's kind of insane. It's got way too much metadata to not continue adding more. The Twitch metadata doesn't really, not really much. But yeah, YouTube. I don't. X's metadata sucks. Sucks. Can't even. I think the problem with X is like so many things happen, but you can't really research the history. Can't even look up the events, so that's why it doesn't feel real. What's crazy is like when it comes to like music, right? Sometimes the artist or K-pop, or like the artist or K-pop group don't even write it. Someone else writes it, and then the artist just performs it. Very real. It just depends. I think it's like someone creates a beat and then something. Maybe I will. I don't. How would I create music, bro? Don't even know the basics. Like what even? There's nothing to sing. Literally zero music taste. Like how would you even create music? I don't even know. But there's a pretty interesting ending to this episode. Don't think there's a need to do story today. Nope. There is no need to do any stories today because no horror story reactions today because we've got a lot of data today. Very good framework, data collection. So, alright, bye bye.